A lot of people believe that financial planning is a one-time thing, but the truth is financial planning is a lifelong process. There are things that need to be done each month and each year to help you stay on track, and in this video we're going to walk through some of the most important financial tasks that need to be done each year. At the beginning of the year, let's say Q1, so from January to March, you might want to focus on bigger picture things, so reviewing your goals and making sure that you're on track to hit them, and if you're not, making the necessary adjustments to get back on track. You'd also want to look at your current savings to make sure that you have 3 to 6 months of your expenses saved up, and if you don't, then you can build a plan to save a certain amount of money each month to get you back on track to have a fully funded cash reserve. You'd also want to review your outstanding debts and your payoff progress so that you can again make changes and get it paid off quicker, but the most important thing when it comes to debt is knowing your payoff date. You should know how much interest you're paying and when you're set to be debt-free so that you have a general understanding of what needs to happen to get out of debt. Another thing you could do at the beginning of the year is review your biggest annual expenses from the previous year. So for example, I pay my car insurance annually rather than monthly, and last year I completely forgot about it and had a random $1,000 bill come up in the middle of the summer that I hadn't planned for, and it was just kind of surprising. And if I had noted it on my calendar and been aware of it, I could have planned ahead and it wouldn't have been that much of a problem. Then throughout the year, some things you want to focus on are your investment contributions. So this would be things like your 401k or an IRA, or if you're self-employed, a solo 401k or a SEP IRA. But you want to know the contribution limits and the income restrictions, so again, you can plan ahead and take advantage of these accounts. Another piece of investing is tax loss harvesting, and everything we've talked about so far is a part of financial planning, and tax loss harvesting is also an ongoing process. The strategy itself is a little complex, but the overall idea is to sell some of your investments at a loss to reduce your overall tax bill. Then funding certain accounts like an HSA or an FSA or 529 plan for college savings, those need to be thought about throughout the year so that you can be prepared and again be able to take advantage of the tax benefits and the growth that can happen in these accounts. You also want to review things like beneficiaries on your investment accounts and on your investment policies so that if something were to happen, you know that the money is going to the right people. So for example, like if you had gotten divorced and you still had your ex-spouse listed, that could cause a lot of problems, and just simply reviewing these once a year can help avoid them. And the last thing that I recommend to do annually is to simplify your financial life. So if you have old investment accounts from old employers or you have savings accounts at a lot of different places, aim to minimize and consolidate those so that you have less to keep track of. Unfortunately, this isn't an exhaustive list of everything that you need to do financially throughout the year, but by keeping a running list of tasks and making note of important dates throughout the year, you can stay on top of things and be proactive when it comes to your money.